So what I say to that question, I get that question a lot, is that there are no Thursday night meetings in Berkeley, California, or in a basement in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It's a plot in the sense that the people engaged have all read the same books, have all been influenced by the same thinkers, and it's not just Gramsci and Marcuse and Horkheimer and Jean-François Lothair and Jacques Derrida and Michel Foucault, but it is enough of them, and they all have the same interpretation. And I just named the Europeans. I didn't name the Americans: Derek Bell, Kimberly Crenshaw, Cheryl Harris, Richard Delgado, Duncan Kennedy. A lot of people. So they all depart from the same starting point, and that is that we're systemically racist, that we're systemically oppressive. And if you have lived all over, I've lived at least a year in 7 countries, and if you count living months at a time, living in a place, I've lived in definitely over 10 countries. So I can really compare and contrast, and I can put my hand on the Bible, even a Catholic Bible, and say that America is just by no means an oppressive country. We're the freest country on earth. So they depart from the same, and they also depart from the idea that we must have different categories. We talked about Hispanics earlier. This is purely made up. They had to go out and hive off from, in a way, all the racial categories that we use right now are incredibly monolithic. The white category is very monolithic because it includes people of different ancestry. Not all Europeans. We count Armenians, for example, as white Americans, and Syrian and Lebanese Americans as white Americans. But definitely, when you talk about the category of African American, the category of Hispanic American, Asian Americans, these are really woolly categories created by the activists. So they all depart from that, and they all depart from the idea that all the members of the non-white categories should feel grievances. You were talking earlier about whether I had met with racism. Not knowingly, you've also been affected by that. Expecting me, I've actually obviously I've heard things that I didn't want to hear, but I've had a very good life in America. I am not a person filled with grievances, which is what the left wants to make people, because if you have grievances, then you will work actively to transform the country. That's the plot. That is the plot. And the fact that they don't have Thursday night meetings in basements in Brooklyn doesn't mean that a plot does not exist.